Watch your glitches. Let's do a walk and squawk from Cairo by the Nile, as you can see behind me. My flats are actually just up there somewhere, very comfortable, and I've been in Cairo now I guess 3 or 4 days. So I watched a whole bunch of videos before coming out here, and they're literally all about how to avoid being scammed while you're in Cairo. I have to say I haven't had any problems so far. Maybe I've been a bit lucky, don't know, but everyone's been very helpful, down to the point that I went to my local shop and I didn't know how much anything cost, but they've been consistently charging me the same amount, very low prices, same as online. Absolutely no problems with any of it. So why am I in Cairo? I'm helping out some friends here with their IT team, kind of bootstrapping that together. It's a young startup and they're grown immensely quickly, providing merchant payment services to their customers in the Sudan. So that's all very interesting. Great team. I always like to meet the kind of people that work in fintechs and startups, and it's a broad mix, you know. I've now done this in a number of different countries, a number of different continents, but there's a lot of kind of similarities in the people that get involved in these kinds of projects. So let me just show you what's behind me. Maybe this angle is a little bit better. We've got a little dogadoo down there as well. Yeah, it's always intelligent people, conscientious individuals, hard workers, and people that really do want to make things better in the countries that they work in or the customers that they serve. So it's always pleasant to be given an opportunity to travel and also help out these teams, kind of level them up a little bit, share some skills and technology with them, get them to use AI, introduce them to new methods. And oftentimes, you know, you learn something new in one of these places and you can take it and share it with the other team. So there's some cross-pollination of ideas and practices, ways of doing things. And like, we've put together quite a big team now globally, and there's yeah, it's great. Lots of good ideas and improvement and innovation in the way things are done. Let's just stop off and show you some of these things behind me here. So first time in Cairo, and I'm going to try and find somewhere where we can grab a beer. So let's talk a little bit about the crypto markets right now. The narrative is quite obviously the trouble in the Middle East with Israel and Iran. I think my thoughts on this is that it's broadly theatre. Both sides need to save face on the international stage, but if I'm perfectly honest with you, I think Iran has come out of this conflict broadly intact, whereas a lot of Israel's popularity around the world, if you could call it that, and the persona of being untouchable and invincible in the region has roundly been dispelled. So I don't think they've come out of this very well. I don't want to talk too much about geopolitics, but suffice to say, I think really this is about the Bibi Netanyahu trying to stay in power more than anything else. Let's see if he does survive politically after this conflict has hopefully been resolved, and the sooner the better. The impact on crypto markets has obviously been quite bearish, although now I think there's a good Zero Hedge article which described the last strike from Israel as being performative, and certainly Iran telegraphed everything that it was doing or going to do well in advance. So let's just show you what's behind me. There's some interesting stuff here. So I think you'll probably see quite a quick recovery, I would imagine. So fingers crossed. Let's see what happens, and we'll get a bounce out of this. I think that the general sentiment hasn't been fantastic in the market, especially for XRP, probably at its lowest point, and FUD levels are going through the roof. No surprises there whatsoever. For anyone that's been through a couple of bull market cycles, this is nothing new at all. Maybe the scale of it is a little bit different this time round, quite possibly. So hodl is the advice. I'm going to try and find the beer. It's odd, I don't know where I can and can't walk. There are like these little stops everywhere, but maybe I'll pick one of these boats down here, one of these restaurants, see if they're open, and grab a beer, and I'll drop another video shortly. Later glitches. GoPro, turn off. GoPro, power off. No, it's not going to listen.